יהיה יותר פשוט לדבר בשפה שלי. אז תסלחו לי בבקשה. אבל, נו... טוב, אז ככה הסיפור שלנו מתחיל. Jael Fleischman zawsze siadała po lewej stronie autobusu. Nie dlatego, że siedzenia były tam bardziej wygodne, tylko dlatego, że po drugiej stronie autobusu zawsze siedział on. Wiktor Sulinkowski.
What a sweet short film. I really liked this. I loved the difference between, you know, it actually felt like a little bit like a documentary because of the narration, and I really liked that. It felt like it was really happening. Being filmed as it was happening. So I liked the feel of that for sure. And then I loved when she was thinking or imagining or fantasizing about something, and the visuals of that were so different. It was such a standout from the actual everyday that you knew it was in her mind and you were just being taken on this fantasy with her. And I loved the story because so many people, I think, are afraid to speak up and say that, just even make yourself known to somebody, because you're afraid of rejection. And if you're both afraid of rejection and nobody's ever speaking up, there are so many lost opportunities. And I love that she spoke up, even just to make her presence known. And I'm glad I watched till after the credits so I could see him run after and ask if she wanted to have ice cream. It was so satisfying, and the performances were great, very genuine and real. I loved everything about this. Just great job, everyone.
Really sweet film, and it captured all of the glorious awkward tension, confusion, and longing in A New Crush from Afar. I thought the narration was an excellent device to highlight and carry us through the journey, and as an audience member, I could really dive into the emotions she was feeling, which felt very relatable and implicated the viewer a little bit deeper as well. Great casting. I think they balanced off each other excellently, and I loved the ending. Short, but very sweet.
So Line was a fun, cute little quirky romance short. I really liked the use of narration. It reminded me of a nature documentary, the way she was describing their interactions, and I thought that really helped to bring out the main character's awkward uniqueness. I think that would have been harder to see had it been from her first-person perspective. I really liked her very strange daydreams as well. I thought that really helped to bring out her character, and it was sort of relatable as well. I thought their use of colors was also super effective in this short. Her daydreams were so oversaturated and vibrant, and it helped to bring out that weirdness factor. And then, of course, real life before she gets the guy is very washed out, very dull, devoid of color. And then, of course, in the end, when he finally asks her out for ice cream, we have a middle tone there between the oversaturation and the undersaturation. It's more real life tones. When that moment of hope at the end that we all really wanted came through, I thought that it was super cute and heartwarming in the end.
There were a couple of stylistic choices I liked with this one. The coloring really stood out to me. As she's telling the story, it's this very blue tone, gray gradient kind of thing. And then her dreams are very purple. They're not even just colorful. Like the dresses they wear are purple. When they go to the moon, it's very purple. Her glasses they're always purple, but they stand out more in that first dream sequence she has. And then that final scene is in true color. Like there's no dreamlike facade to it. There's no gray anymore. It's her dream and it's real. And so we're in real color, which was really cool. The standout performance for me was the guy who was like, "Are you sure this is City Hall? This is the way? Because if it's not City Hall, I'm screwed. Like, this is the way." I thought that was really funny. And I guess the theme that I picked up was just, you have to take the steps to make your dream happen. You can want it as much as possible, and maybe fate will give you the push that you need, but you have to be the one to take the first couple of steps, and it might just work.
Line 25 was extremely cute. I definitely think it's relatable when you have a crush on someone, to basically have that butterflies in your stomach sensation, where you're essentially living in your head of all the possibilities, but then there's the terror of actually making that first step. And I think it was very unique and cool that we were basically inside the narrator's head, which I think did a very good job of conveying that feeling. And I definitely thought the ending was adorable, where at first you think that while the effort was there, not much progress came from it, but then after the first credit, he comes back and she ends up getting her dream, essentially. And I thought that was very cute, very sweet.
I really enjoyed this. I thought it was an interesting exploration of what some people like to call like a situationship, where you're not really in a relationship, but you've set up a situation in your head. And a lot of the time, or not a lot of time, in this movie, clearly, she's kind of been trapped in that dream and in that false reality that she's created. And parts of it she recognizes, like, this is just, you know, that didn't really happen. It, you know, that only happened in my dream or whatever. As she's, you know, describing him and stuff like that, her ideal of what would happen. But if left unchecked, it can kind of spiral, and that seems to be what's kind of happening here, where she did take the step and like say something, which is impressive because that's can be really hard to do, to be brave and say something. And then she, you know, went one step further and like moving closer to be sitting near him again. But from the audience perspective, he clearly wasn't trying to prolong that conversation or experience of them talking. So I think that, you know, it's a really interesting way to kind of look at attraction and crushes and things like that, where they are kind of more one-sided, and maybe things happen differently down the line. That's definitely how I watched it, though, of here's this girl who's built something up in her head and reality is just not the same.
And I found it a delightful film. It's well done in terms of cinematography. I did notice on the copy that at least that I heard, the soundtrack seemed a bit rough. Now, that just may have been something with my copy, who knows. But I recommend this film, and it's a sweet film.
This is a nice, cute story of the struggles of growing old and dealing with emotions that are attached to physical attraction and that wish for companionship. This setting with the school and the bus, and just the character overthinking what she's going to say or do, or how she's going to act and when. It's just so cute. I love the ending. It was unexpected, actually, but yeah, it was cute and adorable performances.